Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, the search for Savannah Guthrie's mom. 3 Turpin siblings tell their story. Diane Sawyer is here with that. And our star-studded countdown to the Super Bowl. Race against time.
It is very scary.
New details in the urgent search for Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. Investigators now believe she was abducted in her sleep and what was left behind.
If she doesn't get that, we were told within 24 hours it could be fatal.
Authorities now combing through security footage from the house and neighborhood.
Facing midterm troubles, President Trump calls on Republicans to take over the voting, urging them to nationalize elections in violation of the Constitution.
Breaking news this morning, a new chapter at the Walt Disney Company. Josh D'Amaro named the company's next CEO, stepping into one of the most influential leadership roles in entertainment and business. He succeeds Bob Iger after nearly 2 decades leading Disney.
Frightening close call. How a Tennessee Highway Patrol officer managed to walk away from this.
Roblox nightmare.
2 girls just mysteriously vanishing from Florida.
A man arrested for allegedly kidnapping 2 young sisters he met on the popular gaming platform Roblox.
Deep freeze all the way to Florida. How long will it stick around? While tens of thousands are still without power in the South.
Only on GMA. 3 more Turpin siblings come forward to tell their story to Diane Sawyer. What happened to them after they were rescued from their parents' house of horrors.
At that time, I kind of felt like my life was, doomed, I guess.
Speaking about it publicly for the first time, Diane is here this morning.
Gold bar scam, new details. Where the fraud was operating that scammed hundreds of people out of nearly $50 million in gold.
Return of the rom-com queen.
What are you doing here?
Behind the Holiday, Father of the Bride, and so much more. Now, how Nancy Meyers plans to make us laugh and cry once again. Plus, we're counting down to the Super Bowl with our kid correspondent. And Becky Worley is gearing up for the star-studded Pro Bowl, learning some new skills.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Becky Worley is live in San Francisco, gearing up for the Pro Bowl as we count down to the Super Bowl. We're going to have much more on that just ahead.
Right now, though, we have some breaking news for our viewers in the West. A major leadership announcement about the Walt Disney Company, our parent company. Josh D'Amaro is going to be the new Chief Executive Officer of Disney. He's a 28-year Disney veteran, current chairman of Disney Experiences. He will succeed Bob Iger, who, of course, has been at the helm for 2 decades.
And board chairman James Gorman praised D'Amaro's rare combination of inspiring leadership and innovation, adding that his strategic vision and passion for Disney, the Disney brand, make him the right person to lead Disney's next chapter. Iger echoed that confidence, calling D'Amaro an exceptional leader with an instinctive appreciation of the Disney brand and a deep understanding of what resonates with audiences, and saying his ability to combine creativity with operational excellence is exemplary. Iger will remain a senior advisor and board member through 2026 to help guide the transition.
Dana Walden will become Disney's first ever president and chief creative officer. D'Amaro, who has led Disney's Parks and Experiences division, said he's immensely grateful for the opportunity, adding, there is no limit to what Disney can achieve. This is a special and exciting day for the company. Iger and D'Amaro will sit down with David Muir later today on World News Tonight, and we will have more tomorrow morning right here on GMA. Congratulations to Josh and Dana, and a big, big thank you. Of course, you got to Bob Iger.
Yeah.
We look forward to celebrating you here with our GMA family.
What a powerful team.
But we're going to begin with a race against the clock to find Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, whose disappearance from her home in Arizona is now being investigated as a crime. Police say the 84-year-old did not leave on her own, and she's now without her life-saving medication. Trevor Alt on the scene for us there in Tucson, Arizona. Good morning to you, Trevor.
Good morning, Robin. And this case was alarming from the beginning, but now this is outright heart-wrenching as the sheriff is saying pretty explicitly that they believe Nancy Guthrie, an 84-year-old woman, was snatched from her home here in Tucson in the middle of the night against her will, and they know the clock is ticking. They are desperate to find her. This morning, horrifying new details in the urgent search for Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. Investigators now confirming they believe she was abducted in her sleep.
It does look like, to us, she was taken from that house against her will in the middle of the night.
Nancy Guthrie was last seen by Savannah's siblings Saturday night around 9:45. Her friends alerted the family when she missed church on Sunday. The family checked the house and then called 911, saying Nancy is cognitively sharp but physically couldn't walk more than 50 yards on her own. The sheriff says the evidence at the house made it clear this wasn't a typical missing persons case.
To be in your own bedroom, in your own bed, safe and secure in your own home, and to be taken like that in the middle of the night, that is not Tucson. It is very concerning.
It's horrifying.
It is very scary.
Authorities have mounted a substantial search effort while they comb through security footage from the house and the neighborhood. The sheriff says they're awaiting results from DNA found at the scene. Sources briefed on the investigation tell ABC News they're focusing on Nancy Guthrie's electronic devices and any data that could point to the time of the abduction and whether the condition of her home and the placement of certain objects may suggest someone with greater strength may have been inside. They found Nancy's cell phone left behind, along with medication she needs to take daily to survive.
If she doesn't get that, we were told within 24 hours it could be fatal. We're in, 40 plus hours now? We really need the help of the community.
Does that put a clock on the investigation?
Well, it doesn't, but it certainly adds some urgency to it, right? We really want to find her alive, safe and sound, but my goodness, the longer this goes, the tougher it's going to be.
We have Nancy Guthrie right here to stand up for herself.
Over the years, Nancy Guthrie has become a familiar face on her daughter's show.
But the best thing about Tucson is coming home and seeing you guys.
Savannah posted photos of the two of them on social media and visited her mother there in Tucson just 2 months ago.
What made you want to stay in Tucson and plant roots?
It's so wonderful. Just the air, the quality of life is laid back and gentle.
In a statement, Savannah says, "On behalf of our family, I want to thank everyone for the thoughts, prayers, and messages of support. Right now, our focus remains on the safe return of our dear mom." She writes in an Instagram post overnight, "Bring her home." And the sheriff's office tells me they've already received hundreds of tips from the public, and they hope they receive many more. They say no tip is too small, so we want to share the tip line and a QR code you can scan. The number is 520-351-4900. They are encouraging anybody, even if you're on the fence, to please come forward. They say they are counting on the public to help find her. George.
We certainly hope for a good end here. Thank you, Trevor. We're going to get the latest now on President Trump's threats to the midterm elections. He's calling on Republicans to nationalize local elections in a way that could violate the Constitution after speaking with FBI agents who raided a Georgia election office last week. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the story. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. And President Trump is fixated on his defeat in the 2020 election and continues to falsely insist that U.S. voting is rife with fraud. And now he is going even further, calling for the Republican Party to nationalize voting. This morning, with President Trump still refusing to accept his defeat in the 2020 election, he's now trying to exert more control over the nation's elections, saying they should be nationalized and that Republicans should, quote, take over the voting.
The Republicans should say, we want to take over. We should take over the voting in at least 15 places. The Republicans ought to nationalize the voting.
The Constitution gives states the power to run elections, not the federal government.
Does Donald Trump need a copy of the Constitution? What he's saying is outlandishly illegal.
Trump's latest threat, part of a series of actions aimed at undermining public trust in U.S. elections, pressing at least 24 states to turn over voter data. Attorney General Pam Bondi urging Minnesota to do exactly that if the state wants federal immigration authorities to get out. And last March, Trump signed a wide-ranging executive order which included major election changes. A federal judge last week blocking provisions requiring proof of citizenship to register to vote. And Trump continues to use the power of the Justice Department to investigate his false and previously debunked claim that he won the state of Georgia in the 2020 race. This morning, ABC News learning details of an extraordinary phone call between the president and FBI agents who raided the election office in Fulton County, Georgia last week. According to multiple sources, the president on speakerphone telling those agents who removed 700 boxes containing ballots and other materials related to the 2020 election that they were doing great work in searching and investigating Georgia's elections.
The president talks to law enforcement all week long. And so the fact that he talked with agents that are working hard doesn't surprise me. And actually, I love it. It's great.
But it is highly unusual for the president to speak to agents about an ongoing criminal investigation, especially one that involves his own failed presidential race. The call was arranged by Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, who was spotted at the scene of the search. She says her presence on the ground was requested by the president. Gabbard explaining in a letter to top Democrats on the Senate Intelligence Committee that she facilitated a brief phone call for the president to thank the agents personally for their work. He did not ask any questions, nor did he or I issue any directives. Joe Biden won Georgia in 2020, a fact confirmed by a full statewide audit and a hand recount. Even if he had won the state, Trump still would have lost the election. It wasn't close. Biden won the popular vote by more than 7 million and took the Electoral College 306 to 232. Now, Trump's call to nationalize voting and his push for other major changes comes, of course, as we are heading to the midterm elections and as Democrats have outperformed Republicans in recent races. Michael.
All right, Mary, thank you for that. We're going to turn now to breaking news overnight. Former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton have agreed to testify in the House Oversight Committee's Epstein probe. Our senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott, is in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Rachel.
Michael, good morning to you. And this would be rare. Up until now, former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton refused to testify in the Republican investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, calling the subpoena legally invalid. But now in the 11th hour, they have agreed to testify. Republicans are moving to hold a former president in contempt of Congress for the very first time. A spokesperson for the Clintons putting out this statement criticizing Republicans, saying they told you under oath what they know, but you don't care, adding they look forward to setting a precedent that applies to everyone. Former President Clinton was friendly with Epstein and said that he cut ties years ago, but he's never been accused of any wrongdoing. And in fact, the White House chief of staff, Susie Wiles, told Vanity Fair that President Trump was wrong to claim there was incriminating evidence about Clinton in the Epstein files. Democrats are calling this a double standard, pointing out that President Trump is mentioned many times in the Epstein files and has never been called to testify. The president has also denied any wrongdoing, Michael.
Yeah, hopefully if they have to testify, a lot of other people will as well. You know, Rachel, what's the latest with the Kennedy Center?
Well, Michael, the president announced the Kennedy Center is going to close in July for 2 years for a $200 million remodel. The timing here is notable, with less people buying tickets and more artists pulling out of performances. And of course, this all comes after a board the president appointed voted to rename the center to the Trump Kennedy Center, Michael.
Yeah, I know they did a renovation in 2019 for $250 million expansion. And that was just, 7 years ago. All right, Rachel, thank you. Robin?
As she said, the timing is notable. All right. Now the latest fallout from the killings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy in Minneapolis. The Trump administration announcing that all Department of Homeland Security officers in the field in that city will be outfitted with body cameras. Matt Rivers there in Minneapolis for us this morning. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Robin. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem making the announcement about body-worn cameras after weeks of controversial tactics here in the city have left the city on edge. Secretary Noem saying in part that cameras will go out, quote, effective immediately to every officer in the field in Minneapolis. As funding is available, the body camera program will be expanded nationwide. As far as funding goes, ICE just received a budget increase of tens of billions of dollars, so having enough money should not be an issue here. President Trump also weighing in, saying, quote, they generally tend to be good for law enforcement because people can't lie about what's happening. This, as overnight, the death of 37-year-old protester and nurse Alex Preddy was ruled a homicide by the medical examiner after he was shot and killed by federal agents. The medical examiner had also ruled the shooting of another protester, Renee Good, was a homicide as well. In both cases, local investigators say they're being blocked from accessing key evidence by the federal government, while DHS, George, says both investigations are being run by the book.
Matt Rivers, thanks.
And we're going to go now to a critical test for NASA's Artemis 2 rocket to see if it's ready to launch 4 astronauts on a trip around the moon. Sam Champion is here with more on that. Good morning, Sam.
The very latest. Good morning, Michael, on this. So overnight, NASA scrubbing what they call a wet dress rehearsal for the Artemis 2 mission at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. They call it wet because the rocket's fully loaded with super cold liquid propellants, so ready to go, right? The rehearsal was supposed to lead to a February 8th launch, taking 4 astronauts around the moon. NASA posting, and this is a quote, the Artemis 2 wet dress rehearsal countdown was terminated at the T-minus 515 mark due to a liquid hydrogen leak at the interface of the tail service mast umbilical. Here's what that means. That's the quick disconnect fitting between the rocket and the tower, the thing that flops loose when the rocket takes off. The hydrogen fuel leak causing the launch team to stop and start this fueling process several times. The Artemis 2 astronauts will now be released from quarantine, and NASA plans to conduct a second wet dress rehearsal before the real launch. NASA now targeting March as the earliest possible launch date they could go for. The mission could make history, potentially taking the 4 astronauts beyond the low Earth orbit and around the moon. Guys, we haven't done that for 50 years. Wow. NASA officials are expected to talk about the rehearsal and the mission later today.
Wow. That's something. 50 years.
I know.
That is simply incredible, Sam.
Right.
All right. Now the countdown to the Super Bowl festivities getting underway with players meeting fans and the media last night. And Lara has more on that.
Yeah, Robin, it has begun. Good morning, everybody. It was quite a scene with some 6,000 credentialed media members peppering players with questions during Super Bowl 60's opening night.
Let's take a look at how the Seahawks and Patriots got here.
Overnight, Super Bowl 60 festivities kicking off. Excitement building as the New England Patriots
and it is picked off, intercepted,
face off against the Seattle Seahawks.
Touchdown!
I envisioned this, for a very, very long time. It's my favorite part. Hey.
23-year-old quarterback Drake May knows what's at stake.
Knowing how much of opportunity we have this week and get a chance to, be a chance to go win the Super Bowl, that sounds pretty good.
And for Sam Darnold, there is a lot to prove. Seattle being his 5th team in 8 seasons in the NFL.
Being true to myself and again, relying on my teammates.
New England looking not only for their 7th Super Bowl win, but also to make history with their head coach Mike Vrabel becoming the first person to ever win a Super Bowl with the same team as both a player and head coach.
It's certainly a unique feeling. I've always told our players, play as long as you can, and then you have to get a real job.
He's doing a great job, and the excitement is building for sure. And speaking of excitement, our Becky Worley standing by in San Francisco with a preview of tonight's Pro Bowl and a Super Bowl-sized surprise for a Seahawks superfan as we count down to the big night, guys.
Do you remember the feeling just days before the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, scared.
I don't believe it.
You were scared. You were excited.
Yeah. Come on.
You
maybe nervous.
You couldn't wait.
Once you get hit one time, all that goes out the window.
Coming up, we have the stunning news story of the Turpin siblings. 3 more siblings speaking publicly for the first time. What happened to them after they were rescued from their parents' house of horror? Our Diane Sawyer is here, has a preview of her interview.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And also Sam had the breakthrough in a gold bar scam.
I know you heard about this gold bar scam, right? This scam cost Americans nearly $50 million, believe it or not. That's a lot of Americans. We're going to tell you who authorities now say was behind it and what you can do to protect your money. Jordan?
And new at 7:30, the friendly close call for a highway patrol trooper. See
what?
There.
Oh, you know, we just get started here on GMA. Yeah, you stay there. We'll be right back.
I am in love with you. And I'm not feeling this because you're leaving, and not because it feels good to feel this way, which, by the way, it does, or did, before you went off like that. I can't figure out the mathematics of this. I just know I love you.
Oh, back here on GMA, Nancy Meyers' hit movie in 2006, The Holiday. I love this. This one movie that no matter where you are, you watch it again and again. Well, Nancy Meyers is now revealing that her first project in over a decade is in the works, featuring an all-star cast, including a reunion with Jude Law. We've got all the details coming up with Lara and Pop News. And yes, that is Diane Sawyer sitting right next to us right now.
You're right. You're right about everything. That's why I'm here.
Thank you, Diane. For her in just a second. First new at 7:30, the House expected to vote on a measure to end the partial government shutdown. Now in its 4th day, the showdown was triggered by objections from some lawmakers to the administration's immigration crackdown. President Trump has urged lawmakers to pass the compromise funding measure. After 2 days of deliberation, a jury convicted Brendan Banfield of murdering both his wife, Christine, and a stranger, Joseph Ryan. Banfield was accused of orchestrating an elaborate and deadly scheme Also, he could start a new life with his mistress, the family's au pair. Banfield is scheduled to be sentenced in May.
And take a look at this, a close call for a Tennessee Highway Patrol trooper doing a traffic stop. A vehicle crashed into the patrol car. You can see it right there, nearly pinning the trooper between the guardrail and the stopped vehicle. Fortunately, the trooper was able to walk away without serious injuries. Take another look at it. Scary situation there. Glad he's okay. And this morning, we're remembering rock star Chuck Negron, one of the founding members of Three Dog Night. Negron was lead vocalist on some of the band's biggest hits, including, you hear there, Joy to the World, and one is The Loneliest Number. Chuck Negron was 83 years old.
Some great hits there.
Great hits.
Missed, yeah. I'm sure you remember that shocking story, 13 children abused by their parents. Yes, the Turpins. Now, 3 of the siblings we've never heard from are speaking publicly for the first time, and our friend Diane is here with a preview of her interview and what happened to them after they were sent to a foster home.
It is so true. The original story was a story of parental abuse beyond belief, which has us all asking, how on earth could this happen once again? But I hope everybody watches tonight, because with these young people, it is not just a story of suffering, but of courage, and not just about horror, but about hope. And so we'll begin by taking you back to that scene of a child escaping the prison that was her home 4 years ago.
It was a dark night, and security camera footage captures the moment a child escapes through a window of a house. Watch, there. A blurry figure stepping forward, a small, uncertain girl, heading one way. Then she turns, hesitates, and starts to run, clutching an old cell phone.
911 emergency, what are you reporting? Well, we have abusing parents. Did you hear that? Okay, how did they abuse you? Okay, they hit us, they throw us across, they like throw us across the room. They pull our hair, they yank out our hair. I have my 2 little sisters right now are chained up.
The secrets inside that house shocked the nation. The chains, the starvation, the filth.
When was the last time you had a bath? Almost a year ago. Does anybody at the house take any kind of medication? Oh, I don't know what medication is.
And it was then 4 years ago that you met these 2 sisters. The older sister is Jennifer Turpin. The younger is Jordan Turpin. It was her voice you heard on that call. It was her courageous escape that saved 13 children.
My whole body was shaking, and when I was holding the phone, I remember the phone was like, I couldn't really dial 911 because, I'm sorry.
Shaking too much?
Yeah, I was shaking.
I don't know how you had the courage, never having spoken to anyone like that.
I think it was like us coming so close to death so many times.
We got a call for a check the welfare here at your house. So, for what? Check the welfare.
In the end, their parents would plead guilty to 14 felony counts, including torture and false imprisonment. So these were the 2 brave sisters you met 4 years ago. And now 3 more Turpin siblings are coming forward to tell yet another story. How, after they escaped the abuse in one home, impossibly, they faced it again. Meet them. You see vitality, hope. Julissa Turpin, age 19. Jolinda Turpin, age 20. Their brother, James Turpin, 24.
I'm just excited about life, like everything, and I love Jesus a lot.
I love to go to the gym, to dance, to write poems.
I like being out. I like talking to people.
When I meet somebody, I try to act like I'm just like a normal, average girl.
But after their escape, these 3 children were placed in a foster home. The children had no experience of a real family and were trying to grasp what was happening to them again.
People say if you're born in a house that's on fire, you think the whole world's on fire. And that's the way it was for me.
They literally told us, nobody wants you. You're never gonna find a better place than this.
Every night they would like drink, and then they would like just get really like mean and like aggressive towards us. They just made me hate myself.
Allegations from a civil suit give the details, how some of them were hit with belts, their hair pulled. They say the foster parents told them they would never be loved, they were worthless.
At that time, I kind of felt like my life was like doomed, I guess.
And as you'll hear tonight, the psychological anguish was not all.
I mean, something bad did happen the first night I was there. I wanted a dad, and I feel like it's really sad because those type of people always prey on people that need like a dad, and it's just really sad to me because it hurts to think that like there's so many little girls and even little boys out there that those things happen to.
The civil lawsuit ended when agencies offered the Turpin children a settlement. The agencies did not admit wrongdoing as part of the settlement.
To me, it feels like, why do people get to have a family and we don't? And like we have each other, and that's the world, you know? But we still want a mom.
Something good needs to come from this. It has to, and I can't accept it not.
And we are going to set out again tonight asking the agencies involved how this happened and what changes are going to prevent it from happening again. But by the way, you are also going to meet an unlikely hero of this story, a former detective who heard the story of these siblings and said, "This will not happen on my watch."
Oh, it's just hard to believe that they went through this again. Where are the kids today? Where are they?
Well,
how are they doing?
As I said, you know, there's such remarkable stories of resilience, and they're going to teach us all how you transform sadness with light. And you'll see the different ways that they're discovering their new lives. They are not going to miss life today. And they love small things. They love the sky still and the sun and the grass, and remind you to do that. And I think they would want me to say there are good foster families out there.
Yes.
And there's so many hundreds of thousands of kids who need them.
Absolutely.
So if you can, it's wonderful to help.
It's so wonderful that they want that message to get out as well after all that they have gone through. Diane, always good to have you here with us. And we want everybody to know you can see the Turpins, a new house of horror, a Diane Sawyer special event tonight, 10 Eastern, right here on ABC and on Hulu and Disney Plus tomorrow. It seems so natural to see you here on my left like this.
Okay, I'll stay. I'm coming back for another 11 years. Ask me once, I'll be here.
Thank you, Diane. Now, with the investigation into a gold bar scams that cost hundreds of people some $50 million, Sam and Lara have the details. We're going to start with you, Lara.
Thank you so much. So gold has been on an historic run over the past year. We are seeing record prices of nearly $5,600 a troy ounce. And all of this attention on gold has, of course, created a massive opportunity, not just for buyers, but for scammers hoping to take advantage of the frenzy and steal your money. Maryland and federal authorities have announced they are tracking down where these scammers are operating. They're shutting down 3 major call centers in India linked to a massive gold bar scam. The numbers, guys, are staggering. Nearly $50 million stolen from more than 600 victims nationwide. Officials say these losses were funneled through wire transfers, cryptocurrency, and an elaborate scam involving the purchase and surrender of gold bars, as a 2025 ABC News investigation exposed. For more on this, we're going to go to Sam now with how the scam works and how you can protect yourself from falling victim.
All right, so let's get to it so that this doesn't happen to anyone else. Authorities say it can start with a simple pop-up message on your computer or random email. Scammers telling you your personal information or bank account has been compromised. If you call the number on that screen, that's when you're connected to a scammer posing as tech support rep or even as a federal agent.
We got a lot of things to discuss.
The scammer convinces you, the victim, the only way to protect your money from hackers is to pull it out of the bank, buy gift cards, cryptocurrency, or physical gold bars, and hand them over to the government for safekeeping. So here you see a video of a man picking up a box of gold bars. But what this alleged scammer didn't know, inside that car, an undercover detective. So these stings are just one part of how authorities were able to uncover who is behind these scams. To protect yourself, here's the important stuff. Remember, the FBI says law enforcement and government agencies will never call or email you to demand payment. They will never ask you to hand over money for safekeeping. As for payment in gold bars, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency, they don't use any of those. And investigators say if you see a pop-up, do not call that number.
Delete.
Yeah, delete it. If you're worried about your money, go to your wallet. Pull out that card from your bank and use the number that's on the back of that card. That card is with you. It's from the bank. It's the number that works.
Yeah.
You have to be so careful.
You have to be so careful. These scammers, boy.
Oh, and they're good because in that call, they'll work you.
Yeah, they'll make you believe.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. Pro Bowl on ESPN tonight. Becky Worley in San Francisco to tell us all about it. Hey, Becky.
George, we are here at our West Coast home for the week, Splash at Thrive City. And these fans are getting ready for the Pro Bowl. It used to be a full contact game. Now it's a new format that is pure entertainment.
This is not your dad's Pro Bowl. In 2023, the league changed the format from a full contact game into skill challenges and then a flag football game. Getting ready for the 2026 Pro Bowl, the stars came out to practice. Jalen Hurts.
Tell us a little bit about the swag. I couldn't help but notice the cleats that look like jeans.
It's denim, Levi's.
Levi's cleats, and they have studs and everything underneath?
No, I can go do what I do, just right in these.
And local favorite, Christian McCaffrey.
You're infamous for your preparation and your training. What's different about how you prepare for this game?
Transparently, there's way less of that. It's way more fun.
The AFC will bring the heat with rookie Shedeur Sanders.
There's a lot of older guys here. Are they going to be giving you gas?
I mean, I'm ready for whatever is coming to me. I don't think it's too much that could faze me at this point in life.
And while the NFC won the game last year when it came to style, the AFC's Jamar Chase had all the moves.
Could you teach me?
The gritty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy. So
Let's see.
first, you just want to tap your hands like that. That way you get the rhythm down. And then once you go, you pretty much know how to do it. Then you just walk with it, though.
Pro Bowl coverage starts tonight at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN, and the game's at 8. Are we excited, guys?
And your friends in just a little bit. Michael, beware. Susan Lucci is going to join us live. Be scared.
Something's coming.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Deep freeze all the way to Florida. How long will it stick around? While tens of thousands are still without power in the South. Plus, the new rounds of snow and Arctic air, Ginger is tracking it all.
GMA exclusive first look. Consumer Reports rolls out its top-rated new car picks for 2026. From compact to midsize to SUV, see the vehicles that stood out after they put 50 popular cars through more than 50 different tests.
She's a bad
and she loves to be bad. The soap queen herself, Susan Lucci, is back, live in our studio. I better watch my back, as she says.
Good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
I just realized I clapped when she slapped you. I apologize.
You know, a lot of people did. You're not the only one. A lot of people did, I'm sure.
Oh, we love that woman, Erica Kane. Susan Lucci's got a new memoir coming out. And we're going to talk to her. Be scared. Don't be scared, Michael.
Can't believe George clapped.
I know. And you know what? There's so much excitement also for Super Bowl 60 this morning. We're checking in with our NFL kid correspondent. Wait until you hear what she plans to ask Bad Bunny later this week. And we're giving away 2 Super Bowl tickets to a deserving Seattle Seahawks superfan. You don't want to miss that.
Oh, they're going to be excited about that. And also had the Roblox nightmare. How 2 young sisters managed to get home safely after an alleged kidnapping. Authorities say the suspect met the sibling on the popular gaming platform.
First look at the top stories breaking 8. We start with the deep freeze. Ginger tracking another couple rounds of snow and Arctic air. Good morning, Ginger.
And can you believe there are still people without power from that storm 10 days ago in parts of Tennessee and Mississippi? More than 60,000 customers without power. Now, they were were a bit mild yesterday in the upper 40s, but still, they've got to get that power back on. We did have broken records as far as daily records from Key West to Fort Pierce. Melbourne broke its all-time February coldest temperature again for the second day in a row. But things are becoming more mild here in Orlando tomorrow, high 72. Nashville, a couple of cool days after some rain today. And then Friday into Saturday, back up to close to average or even a little bit above. But do you see Philadelphia? We finally ended our sub-freezing streaks from Washington, D.C., longest stretch since 1989. But by this weekend, back into the teens we go for Philadelphia and New York. There is some good news for the middle of the country, and especially places that don't have the power. Late next week, we're staying above average in the middle. And hey, you never wanted to be so normal right here in the Northeast, Robin.
Average never looked better. All right. Thank you so much, Ginger. Now to a suspect in custody in alleged kidnapping of two Florida sisters who police say were groomed for months on Roblox as the online gaming platform has exploded in popularity. Victor Oquendo is in Miami with those details for us. Good morning to you, Victor.
Good morning, Robin. Those details are troubling. These two young girls allegedly kidnapped by a man they met online. The sheriff saying they prevented something disastrous. This morning, these two young sisters are back home after being kidnapped by a man authorities say they met on the popular gaming platform Roblox.
The family told us that they saw some weird things that were going on involving gifts.
Police saying these sisters, ages 12 and 15, met this 19-year-old man on Roblox before moving communication over to Snapchat, where he allegedly spoke to them for months.
The deputies also learned from the family members that there was a potential suspect already in this case.
According to police, the suspect traveled more than 1,500 miles, driving 23 hours straight from Omaha, Nebraska to Indiantown, Florida, telling the girls to meet him. They disappeared around 5 p.m. Saturday. Investigators finding their conversations with the suspect on one of the girls' phones, along with a detailed plan to take them to Nebraska. With this picture of the suspect taken in a gas station, police linked him to this dark Honda CR-V. Georgia State Police locating that car and the girls safely inside.
The two girls just mysteriously vanishing from Florida, ending up potentially in Nebraska. All types of bad things. You can imagine the bad things that could come out of it.
Roblox releasing a statement saying they are investigating this deeply troubling incident and will fully support law enforcement. Roblox adding they have robust safety policies in place to protect users, including filters to block sharing of personal information and age checks to limit minors to chatting with others their age. That suspect was arrested and charged with 2 counts of kidnapping. Michael?
Yeah, we're glad those kids are okay. Victor, thank you so much for that. We're going to go now to a GMA Health Alert. A new study finds that most American adults who have high blood pressure don't have it under control. Here for a heart-to-heart, as we mark American Heart Month, is our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula. Well, you're laughing at heart-to-heart, huh? See, you're also a cardiologist, which always makes you smile as well. But, you know, Doc, good morning to you. There are nearly 120 American adults who have high blood pressure. But this study has even more startling findings.
Yeah, Michael, so this study looked between the years of 2021 and 2023 at about 3,000 Americans who had hypertension. And they found that 79% of them had uncontrolled hypertension. And of that, about 61% were not on any blood pressure medication. The majority of those with uncontrolled blood pressure not on medication tended to skew younger, so like in the late 40s versus the 60s age range. They also fell within 10 points of the recommended goal, so not far for them to get to where we would want them to be, which is helpful information. Another interesting finding was that 80% of these individuals with uncontrolled hypertension actually had health care and had access to a place to go to get health care. So it wasn't that they weren't being seen. And all of this tells us we really need to do a better job with what we call the silent killer. We know that high blood pressure increases risk for dementia, cardiovascular disease like heart attack, stroke, heart failure, and then things like kidney disease, blindness, sexual dysfunction. I mean, the list goes on. And, you know, so many people say, I feel fine, but I try to tell them, look, on the inside, this is damaging to your blood vessels, to every single part of your body.
And it's more than just taking medication for high blood pressure. How important are lifestyle changes?
They go hand in hand. And so for some people, they do need medication, but we always talk about lifestyle changes. And so there's several things that people can do. First of all, eating a healthy diet and making sure they're watching their salt. So we talk about less than 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day, which is not a lot. It's like a quarter teaspoon. More potassium in your diet can actually help improve your blood pressure. Cardio exercise, keeping a healthy weight, avoiding smoking, limiting or avoiding alcohol. All of these things can help managing stress. And then if you have underlying conditions like sleep apnea, in controlling that can be helpful for blood pressure. So lots of things in your hands that you can do. But really important because, lots of people don't know their numbers. Make sure you write down your numbers so you know them.
Meditation really helped me. I mean, I'm on medication, but the meditation really helped as well.
That's right, the mind-body connection, Robin.
Today, the big day, Doc.
Today.
It's your birthday.
Hey!
Happy birthday!
I'm 50. Feels like
fabulous.
So old. Yes.
No, you're not seasoned at all. Because that's what somebody called me earlier. I was seasoned. You're not.
Oh, well, thank you guys.
So her nickname now is Lowry's.
Lowry's.
Thank you, Brittany Bell from WABC.
Yes, thank you, Brittany. Well, happy birthday, Doc.
Thank you, guys.
For everyone here at the desk, we're just going to say happy birthday, youngster.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, coming up in our GMA morning menu, a GMA exclusive. A first look at Consumer Reports' top car picks for 2026.
And also have the queen of the rom-com is back. Nancy Meyers developing her first new movie in a decade, and it's got an all-star cast. We've got the details coming up in Pop News.
Also, Tori Johnson has deals and steals for your kitchen and home, including luxury cookware used by chefs around the world. Claire and Sam have a special guest.
Oh my gosh, special is an understatement. The one and only Susan Lucci is here, and I just asked her, should Michael be worried today? And the answer was...
Michael should be very worried.
Oh, she's going to tell us all about her new memoir. Michael, I want to see a tight shot. Behind the scenes from All My Children. It's all coming up right here on GMA.
Cannot wait.
We are not worthy. Truly not worthy.
Stop. Thank you.
It's time now for our GMA cover story, an exclusive first look at Consumer Reports 2026 top car picks. Rebecca Jarvis has the details. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Michael. Yeah, and I know you're a car guy, so you'll like this.
Yes.
Consumer Reports buys cars across the board each year to test, and they have a full-time staff that collectively drives hundreds of thousands of miles at a special facility. And now we can unveil exclusively here some of their top picks.
This morning, a GMA exclusive first look at Consumer Reports' top-rated new car picks for 2026. They put 50 popular cars through more than 50 different tests.
All the mainstream cars that you or I might be shopping for in our daily life.
They include track testing things like acceleration, braking, handling, and off-roading, to user experiences like noise controls and assessing storage capacity to see just how much you can fit into cargo areas.
When it comes to our testing, all of these cars are essentially very well-rounded, if not top of their category for the performance in our tests.
Their top 10 picks ranging from budget options to luxury models.
This list is really focused on making sure that there are vehicles at all different price points for all different types of consumers.
The Honda Civic coming in first in the small sedan category. Consumer Reports recommending all three versions of the vehicle and says the hybrid is just a little better for its great driving experience and excellent gas mileage. For a mid-sized car, their experts give top marks to the Toyota Camry, sold only as a hybrid now, touting its handling and user-friendly controls. And in compact SUVs, it's the Subaru Forester that rises to the top of their list for performance and reliability. And for the first time,
this year, every single vehicle is either offered as a hybrid or recommended. The version on the list is a hybrid itself.
So maybe you can save some money on gas. And for the first time in 7 years, the Ford F-150 made the list. Is that you cheering, Sam? The full-size pickup truck category. Consumer Reports noting its size, simple controls, and added innovations in the latest model.
I see you as an F-150.
I had one.
A Raptor? Did you have a Raptor?
No, I had a Shelby.
Oh.
Had a lot of horsepower. I love that truck. I absolutely love that truck. Yeah. And now, Rebecca, they looking to have any job opening? Because I gladly will.
The off-roading cars,
I'd gladly go work over there.
Man loves your cars.
All right,
Yep.
Thank
you, Becky. Appreciate time. And I do call you Becky. I know
I
we're
like
Becca,
that.
but Becky, I get that because we're all going to Becky Worley now, who's in San Francisco ahead of Super Bowl 60. That is this Sunday. One of our favorite traditions is checking in with a new NFL kid correspondent each year. And Becky has her story for us. Hey there, Becky.
Robin, good morning from your other favorite, Becky. We are here at our West Coast home for the week, the Splash Bar at Thrive City. And we're going to introduce you to Jasmine Resendez. She's not just any 8th grader from the Bay Area. She is our GMA Kid correspondent, and she will be talking to some of the biggest names in the game. Let's see how her first day went.
Our super kid, 8th grader Jasmine Resendez, got the chance of a lifetime.
Hello, America. My name is Jasmine, and we'll be interviewing players with me. So let's go. Go Patriots!
First, she talked to the Patriots.
How does it feel to be a tight end on the Patriots?
It's special. I think it's the most fun position in football.
Behind me right now is Stephon Diggs, and I'm going to go try and get a question from him, so let's go. If you wasn't a football player, what would you be doing right now?
Well, I got a lot of interests. I'm into furniture. I got my own furniture line now. I'm into clothes. I'm into fashion.
And then she asked questions of the Seahawks.
How excited are you for the Super Bowl?
I'm excited. It's a dream come true.
What was the most difficult adjustment as a rookie?
I think getting community, finding our group of people.
Ending a stunning debut for our kid correspondent.
Guys, today was super fun, and I hope the whole week will be fun too.
You did an amazing job out there. So impressed.
Thank you.
And what's incredible is that later this week, you're actually going to be interviewing Bad Bunny. Have you thought about what you want to ask him?
I will probably ask him, like what got him into music and who inspired him, and like if he's going to keep on going, even though he's getting like older and older, you know?
Only a kid could ask that question. I love that. I could not ask that of him. Good for you. We're going to have that interview and much more this week. I love it.
She's got no fear at all. Absolutely. Good for her. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I mean, we think he's kind of young.
Not just us. Yeah.
Should we do pop news?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. All right, good morning, everybody. We begin with some movie news and the return of the woman who has given us some of the most well-written and most beautifully decorated romantic comedy sets in movie history, Nancy Meyers. After years of negotiations, the beloved director and screenwriter behind The Holiday, Father of the Bride, and Something's Gotta Give, has a new film officially in the works. Give it up, everybody. She's just a legend, and we even have some casting news. So this is real, guys, and a release date on this one. The Untitled Project is set to star Penelope Cruz, Kieran Culkin, Emma McKay, Owen Wilson, and 20 years after The Holiday, Jude Law is in this film. This will be Meyers' first feature film since 2015, and while there's no official word on a plot line yet, Meyers did take to Instagram saying, quote, happy to share my new movie with this fantastic cast, is in the works and will be released on Christmas Day 2027.
Perfect.
So very exciting news there, as you can tell. All right, now award season in full swing with the Grammys behind us now. The Brit and BAFTA awards are next up, and the road to the Oscars is well underway. In fact, a brand new promo was just released that shows off Conan's acting chops. Check this out.
The thrill of adventure. The pain of heartbreak. And the joy of laughter.
I'm your host, Conan O'Brien.
I had a blast. Good night.
Yeah!
What a performance. Amazing. Yes, roll it again.
He laughed, we cried. He is so good. He's all in, and we're so thrilled to have Conan back as host and one of the writers on the show. And he's joined by a writing team, guys, that consists of 6 Emmy writers, Writers Guild Award winners, and several stand-up comics. Wow. Rob Payne is returning as co-executive producer. Hamish Hamilton will direct, along with an incredible lineup of music, lighting, production designers, and Mandy Moore, not the actress. This Mandy who worked with Taylor Swift on the Eras Tour. She's choreographing the show. The 98th Annual Academy Awards airs Sunday, March 15th, starting at 7 p.m. right here on ABC and on Hulu, guys. And that is Pop News.
Thank you.
Tori, I'm in the jungle.
You are.
Time now for Deals and Steals Kitchen and Home Edition. Tori Johnson is here with big savings to upgrade the cozy home.
Yes,
right?
and I liked you in the jungle.
I love it
because
too.
What is amazing about these, they look nearly real. They look real, which is why the name is Nearly Natural.
Yeah.
They're so fabulous. So we've got a big assortment of small trees. The orchids are a personal favorite that are just literally ready to display immediately.
That's not real?
No, none of these are. Don't they look unbelievable? The rose
That's
looks
crazy.
incredible. Ficus, fig, willow, so many different tree options. We even have little hanging wreaths. Just if you've got a little space that needs a little zhuzh, a little pick-me-up, especially when winter can be a little dreary, these are for you.
Order all this.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone walked in like so happy,
I
smiling
know,
when
it
they
works.
saw this.
Right.
Everything's at least 50% off.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, more joy here with Postabilities.
Postabilities.
So if you
This
can
is the
see
protein
close
one,
up,
right?
So we've got protein pasta from them, but then we also have these really like just adorable shapes. Like if you were going to have Lara over,
If I was
going
gonna
to
have Lara over
you could make
for
her
mahjong.
mahjong, pickleball, or dogs.
Yeah.
There's so many options to serve for Lara.
Look at this.
If I was having you over, I would make these little cutie little hearts.
Yeah.
They're so sweet. The little
Oh, they
heart
are
ones.
cute.
Aren't they
Wait,
cute?
can you zoom in and see
They're
the heart?
all super cute, but then we also have, they're all made of like a durum wheat, so not only do you smile when you eat them, but then you feel better and good when you're finished.
All
It's
right.
one of those good for you pastas. We also have protein pasta. They even have a lower calorie option. Every 6-pack is slashed in half.
That's amazing. Mom always said, don't play with my food. Well, now I can.
There you go.
Now I can.
So picky eaters,
All right.
guests, you got it. Okay, Joy Jolt. This is one of the best ways to be able to store food. So we've got a variety of options. Everything's this borosilicate glass. So it's got, for a lot of people who are trying to move away from all of the plastic at home. So what I love about the canisters, you've got glass, airtight lid, and then on the side, this little scoop that's just right there. So that if you're using dry goods like grain, cereal, rice is in those. And then these containers are fabulous. I've got one for you right there. That's great for being able to do meal prep.
Meal prep.
Food storage, lunch, leftovers.
Look at that. It's
Goes
got the
right
little
into
things in there.
All of these are for hot and cold. All of the sets are slashed in half.
That's genius.
It's a really
Tori.
good one. Okay. Staying in the kitchen,
Okay.
this is all about get it right. That's what GEAR stands for. And we've got a big variety of their silicone favorites. So this
best.
one, so this, like, you can take this little lid and it suddenly turns any container into a storage container. So a bowl that doesn't come with a lid, instead of needing to use plastic wrap,
You got one.
You just pop that on right there.
Yep.
These are pretty
And
fabulous.
they're tight, like they seal
They
tight.
do seal tight. These are really great. This is a alternative, a baking mat alternative to parchment, foil, or spray. We also have all of their really great tools.
And it looks
So
like
if you
candy
wanna
sprinkles.
upgrade the kitchen, everything is slashed in half from Get It Right.
Good stuff.
Okay, as we were saying, the best chefs around the world, feel the weight of that. This mauve, y'all, it
real.
is phenomenal. So it's polished copper on the outside, stainless steel on the inside, these brass handles. Not only does it elevate the look of your kitchen, but it elevates the cooking. Trusted by chefs around the world. They've been made in Normandy
That's
since
a fancy
1830.
pot.
Super fancy, but even heat, phenomenal cooking. These are the real deal, all slashed in half.
That's nice and heavy.
It is.
And it's going to look so good in the kitchen.
You got
All right,
it.
what do we got?
Finally, this is Trueworth. If you want to take the mess out of your laundry routine,
And I do.
these are all laundry sheets where the detergent is built right in. So no jug, no mess, no overuse. You pop a sheet in, let it do its job, and you'll save 50%.
My niece loves this stuff too, True
So
Worth. Thanks,
smart.
Tori. We partner with these companies on these great products, and you can get them by going to gmadeals.com or that QR code, and you are immediately shopping. Tune in tomorrow for even more deals. Hey, coming up, Susan Lucci, and I have to bow when I say that. I do. Susan Lucci is here.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
Oh,
how we loved her as Erica Kane on All My Children. And we love her when she visits us here at GMA.
Especially Michael.
Yes. Please welcome New York Times bestselling author, now out with a brand new memoir, our good friend Lucci, Susan Lucci.
Over here.
Hi.
Oh, be careful.
We're going to make friends
Be careful.
at the beginning.
Yes, we're going to make friends in the beginning. I know.
So good to see you.
So good to see you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, you know, when you're right, we got to make friends. I'm scared when you show up.
You should
I
be.
really am.
You should be.
Will you explain why, though?
Because
She's not a
every
scary
time you
person.
show up, we have some classic soap opera drama. I was slapped.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh! And I didn't do anything. And George was clapping at that. Yeah, look at it. Yeah, both of you are clapping. And then I was doused with water, not once, but actually 3 times. And you poured a pitcher of water over my head.
Can we see the picture of water?
You're such a good
Here we go. Gary gave it to her.
So I'm curious. Are you taking joy in that?
In the moment.
Right here. Oh!
I actually take joy in it.
You are
You
such a
should
good
think you had
sport,
fun.
Michael. Because I missed the first time I threw the water at you. It went over your shoulder. And so your stage manager was standing by with a bucket.
That shows you how they feel about me.
You're going to be okay this morning.
Yeah, good.
We want to hear about the new book. What do you hope people take away from it?
Oh, well, it's the book is La Lucci is about
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you. It's about probably the most impactful experiences, certainly some of them that I have had, and the choices that I made. And so I hope people feel connected and don't feel alone in some of the more difficult, to say the least, experiences that we have. But we're all, we're all in the human condition, and these things happen to all of us. I tell very candidly and in detail about my life, but I think it's like reading a novel. You know, you read about these characters and you gravitate towards some, and you see the details, but you fill in the blanks. You fill in with your own personal experiences. So I said to Laura Morton, the fabulous woman who wrote this book, my first book with me too, and this one, no teaching lessons here. I'm not qualified for teaching lessons, and no bumper stickers. This is, I'm going to tell my stories. That's what connects us to humanity, and let people take what they need, want, or feel relevant to them.
You just have a way, Susan, of resonating with people. You really do. This connection. And of course, it began for many watching you, All My Children. And I hear that you have exciting news because Erica Kane, the character, is coming back.
She may come back.
Woo!
Yeah.
What?
Kelly Ripa announced this past week that she and Mark are in, as producers, are in conversation with Lifetime to do 2 All My Children movies. And I'm sure they will be on too. I certainly hope
but
so.
you can't have the movies without you.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the beginning, how long it takes to get a production going.
Right.
It's at the very beginning, and certainly I was in the best of hands with Agnes Nixon and, the producers at ABC. It was a family from top to bottom in that building. And I know that's so important. And with Mark and Kelly at the helm, and I've had great experience working with Lifetime. It's feeling really good.
Oh, great.
That's a great bit of news.
Yeah,
so
thank
what
you.
year was it when you were first cast?
1970.
So 1970, Susan Lucci meets Erica Kane and introduces us to her. Tell us a little bit about those early years playing the ultimate diva.
She was, I loved the script, the audition script, first of all. It was an 8-page script between a 15-year-old Erica Kane and her long-suffering, very sensible, loving mother, Mona Kane.
Yes.
Played by the fabulous Fry Heflin. Anyway, in that 8 pages, I could see we were having a knockdown, drag-out fight because Erica's math tutor was coming over, and he was very cute. And so Erica, to get ready for her math tutor, was putting mascara on in her mirror. And her mother kept saying, you should study before your math teacher comes.
Right.
And so they had this knockdown, drag-out fight. But you could see in the 8 pages the history between these characters, obviously the knockdown, drag-out fight, but also the love that they had for each other.
Yeah.
And there was humor in it somehow. And I thought, because I was so stupid, I didn't know who Agnes Nixon was at the time. I just remember thinking, wow, whoever wrote this is really good. So
That was my audition scene, and went on from there.
That's what we all felt for years and years. And you had so many great stories to tell. You've said that your supermodel, Erica Kane's supermodel years, which were, by the way, my favorite years of Erica Kane, too. I love that time. What was it about that time that made you happy?
Oh, well, for one thing, I'm 5'2" on a good day. So, that was really great. That was my chance to do that. And it was glamorous, it was fun, it was exciting. We shot all over the city. I was on top of the fountain in front of the Plaza Hotel in December in this little tiny chiffon dress, smiling away while the men on the street were selling chestnuts and 3 parkas. This was some of my best acting. And it was glamorous, it was fun, and we shot at Lincoln Center and at the Met. That was one of the most memorable things, running down the grand staircase of the Met. Jackie Babin was our producer and director. She took me to the top of the stairs. I met her there, and she walked me to the center top. She said, I want you, Susan, follow me. I want you to stop at the top of these stairs center, turn, and take a moment. And I was in a long white jersey gown with a long white jersey stole matching. And Lara and Robin, jersey can catch on your high heels in a hot minute. It's very tricky. And that staircase, so she said, I want you to spread your arms out as you run down the staircase.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
we can see. And I said, okay. And I did it. And I was at the Met the other day, and I was at the bottom of those stairs, and I looked up, and I said, oh my God, did I really do that?
You did. That and so much more. It is always a sheer delight to have you here with us.
Thank you
cannot
so
thank you
much.
enough.
Thank you. I really have a hard time watching my work as an actor, but I'm very proud of the book, so I hope people will read it.
Oh,
yeah.
We want people to know that La Lucci, and as Larry said, that's a perfect title. La Lucci is available wherever books are sold.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you, love you too.
I want to go back to Becky Worley. Some super fans already gathering ahead of the Super Bowl. Hey, Becky.
Hey, George, it is kind of an honor to be surrounded by Seahawks fans. I mean, these number 12s they're serious. They are serious. I know that from this morning and from being in Seattle. And so we've got one very special fan who's going to join us via Zoom. It's Anna Peterson. She is the head of the Seahawkers fan club, and she's in Enumclaw, Washington, which is just outside of Seattle. Anna, good morning. This fan group really brought you closer to even your hometown. What's it been like to be involved with them?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's incredible. I'm so happy to see some familiar faces behind you. Being in the Seahawkers Booster Club, it just means so much to me. I was living in Georgia for about 9 years, formed a Seahawkers Booster Club there. It became my family. It was such an important part of my life. Now that I'm back in Seattle, I get to be part of everything that's happening here. And it's just, this is maybe the craziest, wildest, most incredible time of my life.
I love that for you. And one thing that's really big for Seahawks fans is raising that number 12 flag. You're planning something really epic this year, aren't you?
Yes, we are. So we had this idea, being in Santa Clara is a big deal. Being in the Super Bowl is a big deal. The 49ers, of course, we've had a long-standing rivalry. And we had this idea that we could fly a 12 flag over the bay, over Golden Gate Bridge. And so we worked really hard to ask the 12s to help donate and do some fundraising to get that flag flying 35 by 35 feet with an airplane over the bay all Super Bowl weekend long. So that's what we're going to do this weekend. On Saturday, we are going to meet up at the Golden Gate Bridge Visitor Center, do a group photo as the 12 flag flies overhead. We are just ecstatic about it.
What people at home may not realize is that organizing a community like this takes so much work. You've helped GMA when we've organized crowds for these events, or when I was up in Seattle a couple weeks ago. And this is like a full-time job for you. And these communities depend on people like you. So in connection with the NFL, we want to tell you something, Anna. Come here, Blitz. Anna, you're going to the Super Bowl. We got 2 tickets for you. So exciting. Blitz is so pumped for you. Do you want to go? Do you want to take them? Because there's some fans here if you're not interested. She wants to go. She is pumped. All right, Seahawks, guys, some happy fans.
Thank you, Becky.
Enjoy it.
Let's go to Ginger.
So sweet. Have the best time. So it is time for our GMA February book club pick, The X's by Leodora Darlington. It's officially out now, so be sure to pick up a copy wherever you buy books and follow along on our GMA book club on Instagram.
And now I want to tell you about a new series I'm very proud to be a part of. It's called The Coach Vic Experience, and it follows former NFL quarterback Michael Vick as he takes on an even bigger challenge than throwing touchdowns, coaching a struggling college team and changing the culture there in more ways than just on the field. The series premieres tomorrow at 10, 9 Central on BET, and here's the trailer. Take a look.
Coach Vic has never coached a collegiate football game ever. I'm a rookie. We down here, trying to get up here. Coming to an HBCU, it speaks volumes about his character.
I don't think he knew that it was going to be this intense.
Unbelievable. All right. I feel the pressure and the task at hand. I told you what you was getting ready to run into. This could be the biggest embarrassment or the greatest story ever told.
We're back now with the biggest comeback in the WWE, the return of Brie Bella and the Bella Twins. Brie and Nikki are here now to tell us what else we can expect. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Yeah, great to see you. You know what? Fans are excited about this one because you two have not been seen in the ring together like what, 7 years? Maybe a little brief appearance together.
Yeah, a little brief one, maybe in 2022, but we have not been in the Monday Night Raw ring for 7 years. Yeah.
And so you made your big return to the Royal Rumble over the weekend in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You came running down to your song and to the ring. The fans went crazy. So what was it like for you to be back out there after years off?
Gosh, you know, it was surreal. It was such an incredible feeling, and I'll be honest, I didn't know if anyone was going to remember me. So when I came out and the crowd was so loud and crazy, it was overwhelming. And I'm still on cloud 9. She got the biggest pop of the night.
Biggest, really?
The biggest.
The biggest, first of all, it's the #1 trending thing on Twitter, Instagram, and everything else.
It's really been overwhelming, all the love and support that everyone's been showing, from pop culture to sports media, with all the wrestling fans.
Bella Army.
All of them. And I just wasn't expecting that. So this girl feels good.
and Nikki, you made a big announcement. You two are teaming up.
Yeah.
You're going to go for the tag team championship.
Yeah.
So what can we expect with that?
Well, I mean, Rio and Io Sky should watch their back. Just putting that warning out, since they're, our current tag team champions. But, Brie and I, we're the OG tag team, and we never had that opportunity to go for the tag titles, and we want them.
Oh.
Before we officially retire, we can't say
retiring.
Like years down the road. Like, you have a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
We want tag team titles under our belt, on our resume.
Okay, and which is understandable. And Brie, why now? What made you want to come back now?
I just feel like this is the perfect time for the Bella Twins. The women's division is on fire. It's the best I've ever seen it. And I'm just like, I can't sit at home anymore and be watching like a fan. I'm like, I got to get in.
And what do your kids think?
Okay, so this is hilarious. Last night on Monday Night Raw, I said, I'm finally home. Literally, my kids look at my husband and they go, wait, she's sleeping there forever? She's not coming home? So I had to explain to them on FaceTime, like, no, you guys are like my main home. You're my family home. I mean, that's my work home. But yeah, they didn't like that line, but they love it. They love it.
Now, your kids, you have 2, you have 1.
Yeah.
Do you hope they follow in your footsteps? You think they will?
Not
my
mine.
son, for sure.
Yeah.
Buddy is a wrestler in the making.
He is.
He loves it. He's obsessed with it. Now, my daughter, she doesn't see herself as a wrestler. She sees more of herself making the gear. Like when she sees her favorite's
Into the
Bianca
fashion.
Belair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time Bianca walks out, she's like, oh, her outfit. So she loves the fashion.
Yeah, and Mateo, I mean, every time he sees mommy get hit, he goes, I hate this.
Yeah.
And he just walks out of the room.
Well, you were showing me your lip you got a
yeah.
busted lip.
I got a
right
busted
there.
lip. Got
Our
straight.
warrior wounds.
Yeah,
And,
nose.
and
yeah.
as I told you, you told me that, I was like, at least I was smart enough to wear a helmet. I mean, geez.
Oh my God. Like, see the bellies with helmets? That's going to be our new look.
That's a new look. Next Rumble, I'm wearing a helmet.
And speaking of helmets, you two are notorious Philadelphia Eagle fans.
Oh, yeah.
And I always get a bunch of stuff from you two during the season, even though we did win and you had to wear a Strahan jersey, which I appreciated
right.
very much. What's your pick for the Super Bowl? Who's going to win?
Seahawks. I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you're twins. You're both going to Seahawks. I mean, together.
Okay, this is my
I think
thing.
it's going to be like huge win.
No, I don't think it's going to be huge.
Really?
I just think if both teams show up to their best ability, the Seahawks will beat them. I think it will be probably by 3 points.
No way. I
Is
think
my
it's gonna
guess.
be
It's
a
going to be
lot.
close. But the Seahawks, their offense, their defense is unstoppable. Every time I watch them, I'm like, dang, okay.
I'm just amazed you're giving someone else props besides the Eagles. I'm just so
It was
proud to
hard.
see.
No, it's
And-
hard to do that, but okay.
Well, hopefully next time you're back here, we're talking to you as tag team champions.
Yes.
Ooh, we would love that.
Yeah.
We would. We'll bring it. We'll bring them on the show.
We'll bring them home.
All right.
Here.
All right, looking forward to it. Ladies, I love you both.
Oh,
and we'll see you soon. All right. Thank you for being here.
Or not. Hey, before we go, big congrats to our associate producer, Joan Perez, and her husband, John. We have a baby girl, Rebecca! Sophia Perez. What a beautiful name and a beautiful family.
Gorgeous family. Congratulations to you all. Have a great day, everyone.
Beautiful baby.
Yeah.